Hey guys, it's Dr. Robotnik64, and this is a game called Surgeon Simulator 2013, so let's do this then. So basically what this game is that as the name would insinuate, well, it's a surgeon simulator. You're a surgeon, and apparently you have to perform a heart transplant on one of your patients, so yeah. This is another video with post-commentary because the video went off sync, but I want to make a video of this game with commentary, so yeah. So here's the controls. Now the controls in this game have got to be the weirdest controls I've ever seen in a video game. Like, the Slendytubbies controls were worse enough, and that too was made in the Unity game engine, but this game's controls just take the cake. And yes, this game was made in the Unity game engine as well, so yeah. So as you can see, you can use the keys on your keyboard to move the fingers, and you can use the left and right mouse button to control the hand. So right mouse button rotates the hand, and left mouse button lowers the hand, and just moving the mouse around moves the hand, so yeah. So yeah, the controls in this game are very weird, but it is possible to get used to them, so yeah. So basically you have to take this thing off of him first, but apparently you can't do that without it getting stuck to your hand. So basically you can't actually grab it, as you can see, so yeah, apparently it gets stuck to my fingers. Well, there you go. I am the greatest surgeon ever. So here's what you have to work with. There's his ribs, and there's his lungs, and there's the heart down there. So basically you have to actually replace the heart with an artificial heart, which is in that Transmedics thing that you see right there. So I'm trying to pick up the saw here, which is apparently a very difficult task. So what you have to do is that you have to use the fingers and the thumb to actually pick it up, but it's kind of difficult though, so yeah. So there's also some other instruments that you can work with as well. There's scalpels, and there we go, I actually pick it up. There's scalpels, and now I'm just making a mess, and apparently I just lost it. So yeah, as I was saying, there's scalpels, there's also a hammer, and I believe there's also an electric saw. I believe that's what it's called. So apparently I lost the saw, so now I'm going to try to pick up the hammer. I have no idea why that radio is there. Maybe the radio is playing the music that actually plays in the background. I find that the music in this game is just like ridiculously loud. It's just weird. So I'm still trying to pick the hammer up here. Now, as you can see, items can actually fall off the table, so... And basically when they actually fall off the table, you can't use them, so... There you go, I have the hammer, and apparently I drop it. So now we can finally do some actual surgery on this guy. I have no idea how I'm holding the hammer this way, but let's do it. Yeah, there you go, completely annihilate his ribs. First of all, that's what you gotta do if you're a surgeon. You gotta smash his insides in with a hammer. Now, as you can see, the patient also has a blood level, and there you go, that lung just went flying. But the patient also has a blood level, and if the blood level reaches 0, then the patient dies. So anyway, the heart is exposed now, so I basically just had to get everything else out of the way. Put that lung there. So basically what you have to do is that I think you have to get rid of the, arteries and veins in the heart at first, and then you can use the artificial heart to replace it. So at first you'll not be able to pick up the heart, but once you remove some of the stuff that's basically connected to the heart, you can then pick it up and then replace it with the artificial heart. So yeah. So just take some of the ribs out of here. So yeah. So then we can drop that. So then you can basically open it just like that, and there's the artificial heart. So right here I try to pick it up, which is once again a difficult task. So that's basically what the artificial heart is. So there you go. So then we can use the scalpel here. Now you do actually have to be careful because as you can see you can like accidentally stab him, for goodness sakes. And that causes his blood level to drop. So yeah. So that's basically what you could also do, but you're not supposed to do that. Then as you can see his blood level just starts constantly dropping after that. But I think what I did with the scalpel is that I did actually remove some of the arteries and veins. And I did actually notice the heart appeared to stop beating, so yeah, then I'm basically starting to murder this guy and I'm going absolutely crazy. And here we go, we can pick up the heart now, so there you go, just flies all around and sort of spazzes out. And there you go, surgery's complete. Looks fine to me, I'm sure he'll live. So there you go. And apparently my rating is A++. I don't think I really agree with that rating, I mean, holy jeez. He started out with 5,600 milliliters of blood, because that's what the patient starts out with. But then at the end, he only had like 2,600, so he basically lost half of his blood. Not to mention, at one point I picked up a hammer and started swinging it around like a serial killer and basically made his ribs explode. And after all that, you think I deserve an A++ rating. Well, guess what? I do. I've been training to become a surgeon for years. This was my dream. I deserve this rating. I don't care what anybody else thinks, I'm a great surgeon. Nobody can take that from me. Now here's the thing, when you actually start playing the game, your cursor basically locks onto the game screen, like almost like permanently. So I basically was forced to open the task manager, close the game, and restart it in order to play it again. So yeah. But yeah, so the last surgery was a success, but now I'm just going to say forget it, and I'm going to murder this guy instead. So, first of all, what you have to do is that you have to pick up this clipboard. There we go, we gotta pick it up just like that. And I am having trouble moving it around. Oh my goodness, I'm just knocking everything all over the place. So first of all, we're going to remove the patient's ribs by using this clipboard. But before we can do that, we have to break the laws of physics, like I just did right here. But that can be easily fixed. There we go, it has been fixed. So now we're going to try to remove the patient's ribs doing this, and apparently this is not working. Why is this not working? I have no idea. And what is going on with my hand? My hand is spazzing out. I have no idea why. This is really strange. Oh my. My fingers are going right through the clipboard. What is this? This is a strange phenomenon. I have never seen anything like this before. But it appears to have stopped for now, so I can continue with the surgery. Alright then. Okay, so the clipboard proved ineffective, so I'm just going to use the hammer, which I am holding by using the force. So, there we go. So, as you can see, the hammer is very effective at removing the patient's ribs. It's also sort of removing the lungs. Alright, there we go. You can just throw that out of there. There we go. So once you're done with that, you can just throw the hammer on the ground, just like that. You won't need to use it anymore. And then the next step is to remove the remaining ribs and lungs. And then you'll have to pick up the scissors in order to remove the arteries and veins of the heart. Just so you know, the scissors can be sort of defiant sometimes, which, as you just saw right there, was trying to get away from me, and it did. And then the last step is to pick up the electric saw and brutally murder the patient, so which we are going to do right now. So basically what you have to do is that you just have to go just right over here, and just keep the saw right there, right until his blood level drops to 0. And there you go. That's how you do it. And that's how you perform surgery on a patient, but end up brutally murdering him instead. So there you go. But yeah, so you know what? I think that's it for this video. So yeah. So that's basically Surgeon Simulator 2013. So you're basically performing heart transplants on people. So yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting game overall. It's another game made in the Unity game engine, which means that you don't actually have to download the game in order to play it. You can play it in your browser. But if you do want to download it for yourself, the link is in the description of this video. So yeah. And actually, I want to say this, just so you know, games that can actually be run in the Unity web browser, I believe it's called, which are basically games that can run in your browser, they can actually be downloaded, so that you won't have to actually play them in your browser, so yeah. But I will provide a link to where you can play this game in your browser, and also where you can download it, so yeah. That's pretty much it for now then, so that was a video for Surgeon Simulator 2013. Have fun brutally murdering patients or performing life-saving heart transplants on them. Either one you choose, so yeah. So anyway, this is Dr. Robotnik64, thank you for watching. If you want, feel free to like or favorite this video or maybe subscribe. And also feel free to follow me on Twitter as I post alerts about videos I've recently uploaded to there. And the link to my Twitter account is in the description of all my videos, including this one, so yeah. But that's it for now, so I'll see you guys in the next video I make. Later.